You're listening to the AstroMommy Daily Horoscope, a forecast that hopes to shine a light in the dark, helping us all see where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. Whether you're a first-time listener or a long-time subscriber, thanks for being here. I truly appreciate you being in the AstroMommy community. I hope you enjoyed today's horoscope and card reading. If you would like to support the AstroMommy Newsletter, there are several ways to do so. Subscribe on Substack, share it with a friend, schedule a reading, check out my family's Etsy shop, Metaphysical Flamingo, or just leave a tip. Without further ado, here is the Daily Horoscope. Libra Moon opposite Jupiter and the Queen of Cups reversed. Healthy boundaries and balance in our relationships. Daily horoscope for Thursday, February 9th, 2023. Good morning, friends. Okay, let's get into the astrology. Today, the moon will ingress into the sign of Libra at 3:46 a.m. Eastern Time. The Libra moon likes to initiate social situations, conversations, and fun pastimes. Libra is ruled by the planet Venus, the goddess of love, who signifies relationships, beauty, pleasure, sensuality, money, jewels, and sweets. Saturn, the planet that represents limitations, restrictions, and time, is exalted in Libra and was said to be the god of feigned appearances, and thus, when the moon is in this sign, there is a certain level of artificiality that exists from a deep need to keep the peace. With an emphasis on creating harmony and peace, the Libra moon energy may be less than truthful if the truth would create tension and disharmony. But the intention is to maintain a peaceful atmosphere. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, as they say. The big transit that the moon in Libra will be forming today is in opposition to Jupiter in Aries, which will perfect this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The moon represents our emotions, our feelings, and our need to feel comfortable and secure. She represents how we care for ourselves and others and is an emotional temperature gauge. Jupiter, the greater benefic, is the planet of abundance, blessings, and wealth, and likes to bring optimism and joviality to any situation. Moon opposite Jupiter can manifest as excessive emotionality, wastefulness, and over-optimism. There could be problems in the family or religious community and even legal difficulties. We are still dealing with the greater benefic, though, so there may be a silver lining for whatever situation this brings up today. With Jupiter in Aries, this could be an issue of independence versus participating in a relationship. The Aries-Libra axis always brings up individual freedoms versus our relationships with others. We all need independence, but we also need relationships, so it is tricky to find the balance there. Let's move on to the card for the day. What is the guidance for today? Queen of Cups, reversed. On this card, we see a queen sitting on her throne, facing the sea to the left of the card. Her throne is adorned with shells and sea nymphs holding fish, which represent emotions and the subconscious. She holds a golden cup that has angel-shaped handles. Her cup is closed, meaning that her emotional guidance comes from within herself and her subconscious mind. The sea at her feet is calm, and the sky behind her is bright blue. Her feet do not touch the water, but rather rest on pebbles on the beach. This indicates that the Queen of Cups has emotional boundaries. She's content, introspective, and at peace. Cups represent emotions and our emotional reactions to things, receptivity, our feelings, our intuition, and our subconscious mind. Queens represent mature women in our lives. Maybe even a water sign woman, but someone who has mastered their emotions and isn't overwhelmed by them. Or it could represent an energy of emotional maturity in the situation. In the upright position, the Queen of Cups represents a mature woman who is compassionate, emotionally secure, trusts her intuition, and cares deeply about people. She is able to hold space for others and their many emotional expressions, but she maintains her own boundaries. In the reverse position, the Queen of Cups represents feeling emotionally drained because you have been taking care of others so much that you've neglected your own emotional needs, and it's time for some self-love and care. You may need to set some healthy boundaries with your loved ones. Remember that you are not responsible for how others feel, and it is not your job to carry around their burdens. This card can also indicate codependency of some kind. Maybe you've let yourself get consumed by the emotions of another, or you've worked it so that those around you can't be independent, creating codependent relationships. This card is an opportunity to evaluate your relationships and see where you may be able to give a little more space, creating healthy detachment, boundaries, and independence. As the card for the day, I feel this is coming up to initiate a self-check-in. Where in our lives are we giving too much and not getting anything back, and thus feeling drained emotionally? Where in our lives can we set healthier boundaries that foster our own and others' independence? Where in our lives can we practice more self-care so that we have full cups to give from? Let me know if this reading resonates with you in the comments. I hope this is helpful. Until tomorrow, AstroMommy.
Thank you for reading or listening to the Daily Horoscope. Quick links and resources can be found at the bottom of the newsletter. Today's card was pulled from the A.E. Waite Holographic Tarot available on Amazon. If you purchase anything through the affiliate links that I provide in the newsletters, I will make a small commission, but there are no additional costs to you. I don't share or recommend things that I don't 100% believe in and use myself. Thanks for listening.